here we are talking about allowing. I think it's kind of funny for me to even talk about allowing at all because if I'm really being honest with myself, at heart, I'm a control freak. I really a lot of me is a type A personality, need to control every aspect of everything. It's just always been who I am. And I think a lot of people can kind of relate to this, right? Because we really do want to control all aspects of our lives because we really care. That's really kind of what it comes down to. We have a lot of, we put a lot of emotion right into it and expectation into it, so the stakes are high, right? So we feel like we need to kind of manipulate it. I'm the type of person, even ever since high school, I've always had multiple jobs. It's very rare do I ever have less than 2 jobs. Even right now, I have more than 1 job, and it's just a natural state. I'm a doer, I really feel like I need to just do. But the problem is when we're always doing, when we're always pushing and putting things out there, we're not really allowing ourselves to receive. We're not opening ourselves up to really pick all the fruits of that labor because we're so busy and so tied up with doing, right? And, why is that, right? Well, when we think about allowing, right, the actual definition of allowing, it's giving the opportunity for, right? Giving the opportunity for whatever it is, abundance to flow, or, getting that new job, or whatever it is for you. And that's why I kind of wanted to talk about this while it's the beginning of the year and a lot of people are really kind of thinking about those, New Year's resolutions or whatever, those things are, your goals for the year, your intentions and things like that. Because we have to think about how much do we really need to do towards it, and at what point do we need to just allow space to receive what it is that we want to receive. So again, the opposite of allowing is control. And when we really think about the energy of control, it's restriction, right? It's forcing. And we can't, I'm sure a lot of us know, right, in a lot of areas of our lives that we can't force, right? There's a lot that we really don't want to force in our lives. When we hit force, that's usually when we meet resistance, and it's usually when we're not really getting our best work done either, right? Do you ever struggle with something, a project or writing or even putting something together, right? And you're just racking your brain, you're trying so hard to get it done because you have this deadline in mind. And no matter, it's just like the harder you try, the more frustrated you get, and maybe some things break, right? Or you start going backwards, right? And you're just wasting time, you're wasting energy. Now, truth be told, Miss Relaxation over here and meditation and stuff, relaxation and letting things go and flow is really not something that has always come naturally to me. It's something that I have really had to work at and strive for basically forever. So with that being said, any person who is a control freak, who is a type A personality, I promise you it is possible to learn how to allow, to learn how to open yourself up to kind of let things flow in an easier manner. All right, when we can put ourselves in that state is when we're going to be in the place of receiving. That's when we're going to let that stuff in. Okay, it's very, very important. So tonight I'm not really going to be talking much about what we're going to be doing, because I'm going to talk about over the next couple weeks. It's because basically it's a lot to cover, and these Facebook Lives, we got to keep them short because we all have the attention span of goldfish these days, right? So in order to allow, really what we have to do is understand when we're meeting resistance. Okay? We have to recognize when we're fighting against the current, right? And not just letting ourselves kind of float by and let things happen in a natural way. So we have to understand resistance. So that's going to be next week. We're going to be talking about that. And then the following week, we're going to talk about flow, all right? That's the state. That's the good state. That's when things are easy. That's when everything comes so naturally. It's like, you're just going through life. And the good thing about being in that flow state is it feels good. And that's really what this is about. When we're allowing things to happen, it feels good. We feel happy. When we're controlling, when we're forcing our hand at whatever it is that we're trying to get and receive, it's anxious, right? It feels anxious. It feels like you're afraid that the outcome isn't going to happen. You get frustrated, right? Things like that. So we want to be able to get to a place where we can do things in a way that's fun, that feels good, because we're here to feel good. We're not here to struggle and to fight against the current all the time. We're here to really be in that state of flow. So I'm going to be talking about that in 2 weeks. And then the last week of January, I'm going to talk about change. All right, change is something that scares a lot of people, but change is the only constant, as they say. So it's very important as we work on allowing that we get really comfortable with change. All right, so that's what we're going to be talking about this month. So let me know if you're my fellow type A control freak people. I got you over here. And make sure that you check in next week, and we're going to start talking about resistance and how to start to break through that and get through that. All right, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and a lovely week.